We are going to learn about the real number system and the two classifications of numbers. There are rational numbers and there are irrational numbers. We're first going to deal with rational numbers, and we're going to take it from the smallest group to the largest group. So I'm going to hopefully zoom this in so that I can actually read what it says in the middle. So the very first one is called natural numbers. Now, if you were sitting in class, I would be explaining that as a preschooler because the natural numbers are what comes naturally to children. You ready? 1, 2, 3. So these are your counting numbers. They're the ones that come naturally to your preschoolers, to your kindergarten students, those sorts of things. So the notes that you need to type is a highlighted part that says counting numbers, and it does not include 0. List some natural numbers examples. As you can see, I put 1, 2, 3, ... goes on to, and this goes on for infinity. Not a big problem. Push pause, make sure that's in your notes, and then come back. The next set of numbers, so I think of this as preschool, kindergarten. That means this is like first grade mastery, second grade mastery. And that means it's the concept of how many markers do I have now? I don't have any markers. So that concept of 0. 2 plus 0 is difficult for a kindergartner, first grader. So those are your natural numbers, but you add 0 to it. So instead of just doing 1, 2, 3, we add this 0. So what kind of notes do you have to have typed? You need to type in these highlighted ones and some examples. Push pause, and please do that. The next step is the integers. So if this was pre-K, still learning, this was first and second, this is those big bad 6th and 7th graders that come in and say, hey, you owe me money, okay? So you owe me money means that you now have the concept of negative numbers. So those are also integer examples. It is whole numbers, so it's all of these numbers and their opposites. So what I listed here is ... because you know that our number line goes on to infinity, negative and positive. So these are your examples. Again, push pause, type the highlighted, type the example. Then we will go out a little bit more, not that much, and we're going to talk about what rational numbers are. So a rational number is integers and fractions. The thing that you need to know is written on the side over here. They must terminate, which means they must end. So the decimals must end or they repeat. So the examples that I have are good examples of that. 3.4, 3 4/10. That one can be written as a fraction and it ends. This one, 3.4, 3.4, 3.4, 3.4. As you can tell, that one repeats. So that one is finished. You can have a negative fraction. You can have a perfect square root. You can't have an imperfect square root. So these are your rational numbers. Those are the ones that you deal with in high school, maybe a little in algebra. Your irrational numbers. So these are the notes that you need to type. Push pause and do so. Irrational numbers are the numbers that cannot be expressed as a fraction of integers. In other words, you can't put the square root of 26 over 2. You can't do that because it's got an irrational number. It doesn't come out even. These are the ones that are work. They make you think a little harder. These are the ones that are non-repeating. So as you can tell, this example that I have goes on forever. Pi goes on forever. So those are ones that don't repeat and they do not terminate. So these are all the other numbers. We will be doing some more practice with this. That is what the next video shows you how to do. It's on this slide. I'm not asking you to do this slide. I'm asking you to watch me do this slide. Do it if you choose to, but the practice activity will have you do that.